I'm on fire. I'm on fire.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
That was not bad.
Actually, speaking of explosions, this is not a story. Actually, I'm sorry I didn't get you this one, Wink. Ties into it, but Israel calling for a ceasefire after the Gaza Strip had been hit.
It's all temporary. They've been going to war forever, bro.
Yeah, since the beginning of time. Man.
Forever.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Israel
You
and
know, it's so
Pakistan.
fucked up. Most of the citizens don't care as much as the fucking government, obviously. But then a lot of the citizens, they're so like, just like racism. You're born into a lot of shit and you don't know why, but people have this fucked up belief system. One side will hate the other side just because of nationality or ethnicity, because of their ancestors. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Well, the Israel-Pakistani relations for me is, I know more about like battle over Kashmir and in India and Pakistan relations. But when it comes to Israel and Pakistan, I'm pretty sure it has to do with the not possession, but the control of Jerusalem.
We own
Jerusalem.
Well, I got family in Israel.
Yeah.
So like Israel essentially was granted the property, like that area at a certain point. And then there was things
after World War II, right?
Well,
1940 something.
Yeah. There's things that were not theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like
the whole place.
Yeah. Well, besides that, there's holy areas that Palestinian people are trying to get to, and they're not able to get to it. So it's like,
and historically, Palestine. Or Palestine. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I got that.
And that's where there's a situation here where I understand both sides, but both sides are extreme. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd think that they could communicate a little bit and be like, okay, you'll go here on your days. But there's such extremism of people just hating the other side. And then there's, bus bombings and a lot of violence against each other in those places. And with Israel, it's always like their backs against the wall, they're ready to attack, but they're very aggressive when they do attack. Very aggressive. It's not like a passive thing. Like, there wasn't a whole lot on the news, but Israel was bombing the fuck out of like everything over there. And it was just like,
this shit happens almost every day. Like, Israel has like one of those defense systems, the iron wall or the iron.
They could shoot out bombs right in the fucking sky, like in the middle of the day.
What's it called? The iron. There's the
iron claw. I forgot the fuck it is.
There's the iron dome. Shield. Dome. Yeah, the iron dome. And essentially, it constantly just shoots missiles. Shoots missiles out of the sky every single day, and all of a sudden you'll hear the air raid siren. What?
Dude, I've talked to my grandpa on the phone, and you can hear this shit, and like he's just casual, like it's
just another day, man.
Just
another day.
You're from Grand Rapids, motherfucker.
And that's what it's like. When you really think we have it bad in North America, it's like, get your shit straight. We have zero threat of outside attack, particularly from
inside
missiles.
Attack.
Yeah, it's inside. Yeah, right. So it's like woof. That's a priority thing, right? But yeah, so a ceasefire, ceasefire. This is big. So, if you can pull up that article, it says that that's a lot. Immediate ceasefire needed to save lives coming from the Gaza. The Norwegian Refugee Council urgently calls on all parties to refrain from targeting civilians and working towards an immediate ceasefire following Israel's assault on Gaza that began on Friday. At least 29 Palestinians have been killed since the escalation of hostilities, including a 5-year-old girl killed in an Israeli airstrike on Khan Yunis. I'm sorry if I pronounced that.
So tell me why this isn't all over the news like Russia and Ukraine.
Because it doesn't. There's no oil.
Because America. Well, not even that. Because America pays fucking Israel to do all their black ops shit. So they send fucking the prime minister sends all the fucking IDF over. Straight up, bro. Like, look it up. IDF does all sorts of really fucked up shit for America,
and has for a very long time.
Develop half of our weapons and our chemicals and our medicine and everything. The tiniest little area that's only been around for fucking less than 100 years. But yet, I mean, the not the people, but the country. But
the borders.
Somehow they get to do all this reckless shit. And it always boils down to, like, I wouldn't call it entitlement, but like, it's your area.
It's
God
excusable.
gave it to you. It's like, well, guess what? Every religion says that they're the most important people and that this land was like, it's fucked. It's fucked.
It is fucked, man.
And it may be an adult thing, but like, again, look into some shit with Bush and what's his name? Not as Yahoo. What the fuck is it?
Netanyahu.
Yeah, I can
Netanyahu.
never fucking say his name. Yeah, like there's a lot of crazy shit, man. Like in terms of actual government contracts that they've given, that shit they're allowed to do versus what we're allowed to do. It's
And the
crazy.
shit that makes the news, man. You started it. You said
Yeah.
it, man. It's like
Why
this
is it not all over the news?
and it's interest, man. It just simply doesn't have
There
the
should be
same interest as
Palestine flags all over the place, right?
so
Paying for
yeah,
the flags, getting them on the back of your vehicle, right?
We stand with Israel. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no,
Right?
no, only you okay, alright, yeah. Certain
Yeah.
lives matter, other ones
Yeah.
don't. I forgot that's how we do it in North America.
That's
Only
right.
some lives matter.
Only some.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, it's
fucked.
unfortunate, bro. It's you know, you'd like to say that we're being facetious, but the reality is unless there's something in there for us,
You don't give a fuck.
major atrocities are happening around the world every single day. Genocides. You know what I mean? People are being wiped out in Africa. And it's like Africa
Never a
is a
conversation
starving
go to
continent.
Africa.
What's that?
Never a conversation go to Africa. Saving teenage boys who get their hands cut off or thrown into fucking,
How about
militias or girls who are being fucking,
the cobalt
you know
the cobalt coal oh my god, cobalt mines, the cobalt mines that are like is this is in Colombia where the children are active. Oh, Congo, where the kids are actively mining cobalt out of the earth. It's like
fuck.
these are children, but it's like, and these are the cobalt, if you don't know, is what fuels all of our cell phones. Every Apple cell phone, Samsung cell phone, all has cobalt in it. And there are children that anywhere from like 6 and up that are digging in these mines. And when was the last time you heard about that?
This is the
You know?
first time I've heard of it.
That's right. So like what?
Yeah.
It's fucking it's atrocious, man. This is what should be gaining attention. You know what I
And
mean?
see, in my opinion, like Trippy Puffs over here on Twitch is saying it's too much politics. He's out. It's like fantastic takeoff because this isn't politics. This is life stuff.
This
This
is
is
news,
people
man.
who are being mistreated in the fucking world, and it does become politicized. There's no politics involved with this. This is
Ignorance
just
is
people's
bliss,
lives.
man.
Yeah, it's a lot easier
Ignorance
to
is
put your head in the
bliss.
sand and just not hear about it. I
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
love that life. That was really comfy. You don't give a fuck, and like
Yeah.
someone says something, you're like, bleh, don't
Yeah.
care. Like that's
Yeah.
good. It's
And that's
really nice.
and that's literally how we got in this position in the first place.
That's the only downside. Yeah.
Is that, you know, we don't address this issue. We just follow the media. We'll drive in our car. We'll listen to some headline comes on, and we get 4 headlines in a half an hour spiel of the news. When in reality, it's like, first of all, those 4 headlines don't even matter,
They're just more
and
popular. They get more
there's
traction.
so much more going on in the world that we just aren't privy to. You know. Yeah, it's incredibly unfortunate, man. But this is the kind of stuff that should be taking the news. This is the kind of stuff that I would think that would take the forefront of the conversation. Because, man, if we knew, like even Nike, so many American brands that capitalize on child labor overseas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we don't,
It's a
and we
crime against
celebrate it.
humanity, man.
And yet the Dixie Chicks,
People only get mad when fucking a guy who's against their political beliefs or maybe kneels during a fucking football game. Then they want to get rid
that's
of
what I was
it.
gonna say. And Dixie
Then
Chicks,
they're
the same
mad.
thing.
Those are
There's
the
so
political
many.
people I'm
There's
talking
so
about.
many.
Well, either
Yeah,
you're gang, or you're dumb.
Yeah.
Like there's a handful of us who are just like we have an opinion and we say it, but it's either that's how we go.
This is that silent majority thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's always the vocal minority. Those are the ones that are clashing and banging and picking our news topics, picking our conversation, telling us what we should be worried about. When the masses of us, in my opinion, don't care. We're working way too fucking hard. We have way too many bills. We're way too stressed. We're worried about our family's health. Our communities need help. It's like these are the things that most of us are worried about. We can't be bothered about this other stuff, but it's like
too much stuff.
The vocal minority makes it sound like we need to be worried about a lot of other things.
Yeah, like every other thing besides what's in our home. It's like
exactly. It's like
meanwhile, Johnny's fucking railing riddling all the time and fucking
gas
in the evening. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Literally, we have. I'm a product of that too, man. Ritalin. I decided to sniff it instead of rather fucking eat it.
Better.
Yeah, you would argue the exact opposite of what it has intention for. But whatever.
But I'm saying like that's where Society's in a weird place right now. It's like the most educated we've ever been and the most ignorant we've ever been.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know? It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
we've been given tools that are weapons.
Right.
It's
Right. But
dangerous,
not given
man.
tools to,
To
build our
build.
future,
Yeah.
Yeah.